Good morning from Chiang Rai.
Good morning from Thailand.
And, you know, it is a pretty good morning. It's a little hazy. You say it's a little humid. I don't feel it, but
Well,
to each his own.
if you're hanging with us, it's not the heat, it's the stupidity.
Yeah. And just by coincidence, we are here at our normal favorite little cafe in Chiang Rai, especially in the north of Chiang Rai and in the... Never mind. No, it's a great place. We're at Lihu Cafe, and by coincidence, it's their 7th anniversary. So they handed us free bickies.
Bickies, you call it?
Bickies.
What's
yeah,
it?
well,
Oh, is that like biscuit?
yeah, biscuit.
It's a cookie, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, they're bickies.
Macadamian bicky. Okay. Anyways,
They went all out on this.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
happy birthday, Lihu
Yeah,
Cafe.
that's the end of the good stuff.
Yeah. now we'll start my stuff.
Yeah, now we can have a listen to Damien for a while, because he has this notion to offer a group of people in Thailand some applause. So
Yeah, well-
Damien, I'll put it over to you.
Thank you very much,
Feel
Ray.
free to interrupt.
Right on. I guess there's a lot of videos out there, ours included, and yours especially, that are kind of how-to about becoming an expat in Thailand or in a different country. And a lot of them have some really great content and wisdom and observations. But this particular video is for and directed to those who have already done it, those who are already living as an expat in a country other than their home country. And I just wanted to say that Ray and I are patting you on the back, and we want to encourage you to pat yourself on the back. Yeah, good on you. How long you been here in Thailand now, Ray?
Oh, let me see. What would that be? C. 14 years.
You speak in Thai, ladies and gentlemen. I would be
Well, poorly.
Nung Pi, which is 1 year. Woohoo! And for those of you that are also watching that have not become expats, you might look at this from a preview of coming attractions of how it might feel once you're here, how you might be congratulating yourself and patting yourself on the back for what you had to go through to make it happen, to design your life and to make it happen. So for those who have already made it happen, I'd like to invite you to think back to a time when you were at your lowest, when when circumstances or life just had you in a hole and you had to climb out of it. Without giving personal details, I remember that time in my life, and something occurred to me. I don't know why, but maybe because I was feeling really trapped or really confined and helpless. I got my passport. I decided that just having it, just knowing that I could leave the country and go somewhere, the feeling of that, I wanted that, and so I filled out the form and paid the fee, and that was just a wise thing to do. So, did you get musical all of a sudden?
Totally unintentionally.
We're at Lihu, and we hope you can still hear us. Can you hear the who? So, anyways. Yeah, so I got the passport, and you might remember that the day that yours arrived in the mail, or maybe you've had it for years already, but it is that great feeling of potential, and that you can accomplish a lot of things that you really want to. One thing about being in that hole is that some people pull what they call a geographic, is that you might recall a family member too, Ray, I think you were mentioning earlier, that where they were just having a hard time with life, and they thought if they pulled a geographic, they just moved somewhere, that things would get better, not knowing that they would arrive with their invisible suitcase of problems.
Yeah, I mean, what do they say? You can take the girl out of the bar, but you can't take the bar out of the girl. Right? I mean, example, my daughter, she's living in California. Mm-hmm. I'm living in Texas.
Right.
She's living with her mum. she's not getting along too well in school. She's often in trouble and having problems. And so she calls me one day and she said, "Dad, can I come and live with you?" I said, "Sure, fine with me if it's okay with your mum."
Yeah, and you'd love to see her again.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
"Why do you want to come and live with me?" "Because my teachers don't like me." I got her to explain what that meant, and I think you know what it means as adults. And I told her, I said, "Well, sweetheart, the teachers here in Texas aren't going to like you either." And I guess she chewed on that for a while, and she stayed in California.
Right.
But the problems don't go away because you change your location. They're with you.
That's right.
It's you. You can get rid of your problems right there where you are if you want to.
Yeah, right. So if you're already digging yourself out of the hole, get out of the hole first. Yeah. And I think what you did there, though, and the way that you expressed the way in which you gave your daughter some wisdom, you shared with that, is you didn't come off preachy, right?
No.
It was her decision.
Oh,
you welcomed her decision, but you helped her with an observation, and that's a mentor. And in life, we have the option to choose mentors. I've learned over the years it's good not to take financial advice from somebody who just filed bankruptcy, or to take dance lessons from somebody who's a wallflower.
How about marriage counseling from a Catholic priest?
Oh, yeah. Good example. So I had a mentor, and you may have had one who has always been there at twists and turns in your life. His name is Bill, and we're still dear friends, and I call him all the time. And he's just been that guy who's always been at the turning points of my life and been like a big brother to me, and has wisdom and insight on a lot of things. And I chose him as a mentor in a lot of things, not everything, but in a lot of things that where I needed some insights and wisdom. However, what I've found is that the people that offer wisdom the loudest and the most insistent are usually the value of that wisdom is in direct negative correlation, so to speak. Their wisdom is not as useful to me as it might be, even though they are more insistent than anybody that my way's the only way to do it, and if you don't do it, then your life's going to fall apart. And so, wait a minute, dude. You're not in a position to coach me. And so what do? I smile and I nod, and then I find the way to disengage with that person. Yeah?
Yeah.
You got one?
Well, I had one.
Yeah. You got a mentor?
Maybe it was just a nibble. What are you talking about?
Mentors.
Mentors.
Have you had a
now,
mentor?
Look, go on. I've forgotten what I was going to say.
That's all right, man.
It'll come to me. I'll interrupt you again.
Yeah. If it's 3 a.m, just call me.
If it's 3 a.m, I'll get a tissue.
So wait, back to the hole. When you're digging your way out of the hole, you might have found at that point in your life that you started getting stronger. You started getting some momentum. And when you got to the top of the hole, you discovered something like a ladder, the first rung of the ladder, right at eye level. And because you already had strength and momentum that got you out of that bad situation, you kept going. And as you did so, you might have found that some of the rungs of the ladder were damaged or broken or not there at all. And so I'll get back to that in a minute, but it's the momentum of getting out of that hole sometimes drives us onward towards our goal, in this case, becoming an expat. So we make the sacrifices, we do what it takes, and then finally you arrived. You are one now. You are an expat, and your life has changed, and the novelty is there, and you're having a great time with it. You're also in a place where the unsolicited advice has not stopped. Because think of it, when you get to a place where there are a lot of expats, I'm an oddball. Are you an oddball?
Yeah, most people would say so.
Yeah, okay. A lot of expats people would consider oddballs for different reasons. Maybe because we just made uncommon choices in our lives. Other choices might be, when somebody's really loud and insistent upon giving you advice and wisdom and insistent that you take it, maybe that's what they were doing back in their home country. And maybe that was not so welcome. Maybe their friends and family told them, bugger off, we don't need that.
Yeah. I remember.
Oh, okay, lay it on us.
There's only one person you should trust.
What's that? Who's that?
Yourself.
Oh.
You should follow your own intuition, your own gut feeling. Don't ask somebody else what they think.
Is that biscuit?
It's not their future.
Is that good point? Is that Bicky wisdom? Is that what you called it? Biscuit cookie?
No, I think it's got mushrooms in it.
So, anyways, now you are one. That's the time right now. Pat yourself on the back, because you've achieved something that many people have only thought of, only dreamed of, only said, "Oh yeah, you must be living your best life." You pulled it off, and so the accomplishment is yours, and you take full credit for it. And so, while you're at it, go ahead and celebrate some of your other accomplishments. Maybe do some journaling, and maybe you're at an age now where you can write down some things that you pulled off in your life that are actually quite commendable. It took bravery. It took it took following your goals, and maybe with a mentor's help. So maybe this is also an opportunity for you to thank those mentors. For you to reach out and say, hey, man, because that's what I did. I called Bill this week and I said, man, I just want to thank you for being there for me. And I'd said things like this before, but I started it with, the purpose of this call is to thank you. And maybe there's somebody out there that deserves that from you. We're very privileged that we possess passports that are welcomed in countries like Thailand. And that we can maybe retire or have a lifestyle that is like this. But once you get there, once you get here, and you're still kind of going up the ladder, as you get settled and get to know your way around town.
I think when you first get here, it's more like a treadmill.
More like a treadmill than a ladder. How so?
Well, you keep taking steps, but you're not going anywhere.
Okay.
It's like tires on oil.
Okay.
Your car's doing 100 miles an hour, but you're not moving.
Right. That reminds me of the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You Will Go.
Oh, right.
Remember that? And sometimes you're just there. I forget somebody can mention it in the comments. You're just there. You can't get out, and you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah. So you're in this treadmill, and you're trying to. Yeah. It takes a while to learn one thing.
Yeah.
That's very important. You have got to accept the fact that things are different here.
Yes. Right.
Everything is different here. You have to accept that. Once you accept that, you can get off the treadmill and start climbing that ladder again.
Yeah, like Steve Martin said, they have a different word for everything. So, yeah, you're going to have the language alone. You're going to have to get used to that. Isn't that what you wanted, though, Mr. or Mrs. Expat? That you wanted different? That you wanted a complete change of scenery? That you were drawn towards Thailand or a different country for a reason? Now, I'm not saying you're going to stay here for life. That may not be your choice, but it was your choice. But you will still endure and smile and nod when somebody is doing the talkity bark meow at you of how you should live your life, even as an expat. Smile, think of it, handle it the way the Thai people do. Smile and nod, sawadee krap, and find a way to politely disengage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's part of adapting.
Yeah, and just move on. Yeah. Because there are different parts of your day that are going to be great.
And the sooner that happens, the sooner that happens, the sooner you can begin to build a decent life here.
Absolutely, and it's you're building it for yourself. You're not building it for them. A lot of us have given up the notion of looking cool, right? And that was such a big thing, fashion and the fancy car, the whole Western competition thing, especially in the big cities. And here, it's just kind of like, most important thing is that you showed up, that you're just here and enjoying life. It's no longer about trying to be appreciated. It's, for many of us, I want to be in a place where I appreciate. Where I wake up in the morning, I go for a walk, and I just like, that's a bird I haven't seen before.
It's not just appreciated. I agree with you. I don't want to be appreciated. I want to be accepted.
I accept you, Ray.
No, I want to be accepted by the community I live in.
Right. Well, say more about that. Are you talking about like the neighborhood, the town, the?
Yeah, I mean, if you live in Chiang Mai, okay, or even in the center city of Chiang Rai,
Okay.
you're probably living amongst a bunch of other Western people, and they might not all be from America, but they're
Okay.
a lot of Western people.
All right.
When you move out into a village area, you're living amongst Thais,
Yes.
and they're going to judge you. I've been judged on how high I hang a pair of pants out to dry. You know, I'm serious.
Right.
They will judge you.
Yeah.
And so that's the acceptance that I'm looking for.
But it doesn't
They are
sound like
no longer judging me. I'm just
Yeah.
another person living there on that street.
it doesn't sound to me, Ray, like you're coming at this from a place of ego, though.
No.
It's almost like to honor them.
Well, let's honor both of us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Some more wisdom. Take it or leave it. That's really all I've got today, Ray. You got anything else?
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah. We'll do another one.
Any of you got questions?
Put them in the comments below.
Oh, I can't. Oh, that's right. This is not a live stream, is it?
No, it's not, pal. You enjoying those? Those live streams going good?
Yeah, I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I enjoy about it, and I was telling Humes this the other day, my friend who's in the nursing home. It's, other than the time that I spend with you, time I spend with Ian, and the time that I used to spend with Humes, that's not a lot of time spent with people who understand the way we speak.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And these chats are really good for me because they're a chance for me to be me again. I can't be me
Yeah.
with people who don't know my language, who speak a little bit of English. I can't be me.
Yeah.
You know,
I hear ya.
if I say to somebody like, "Oh, come on, I can't swallow that."
If I'm with somebody because I'm taking Thai classes, that's really cool because half of it's in English, and in order for it to understand Thai, and I'm the only American in the whole class. The class is full. We're in book 3 now, and Scotland is represented there. Cornwall, England,
pirate.
a pirate, aye. Burmese.
You have a hook?
German. Aye. We should ask him. So that's kind of gives me a little bit of English expression. We have a laugh in the class. But I notice that when I'm trying to communicate with Thai people, because my Thai is so shaky and I'm still learning it, that I have to get so cerebral. I'm really concentrating. It's hard work in my brain just to communicate. Fun, but at the same time, I know what you mean by being yourself. It's like I can be more myself when I'm freely expressing as I am now in my native tongue.
Yes. Yes. And so that's something that you have to learn to live with. That we don't have. Well, depending on how you choose to live. If you're a party animal and you're out at the bars every day, you're not going to have this problem.
Yeah.
But if you are the kind of guy that just likes to kick back, relax, and you're going to have this problem.
I think I want to go be a party animal like next weekend. I think I haven't done that in a while.
Haven't you?
No.
What are you going to go as?
What, I have to wear a costume?
Well, you're an animal.
I go in an expat. All right. I'll be a fox.
A fox.
I don't know.
Noisy at night.
A lot of it, I'm at the age now, and I've done enough of that back when I used to play in bands and bars and casinos that I don't need that. I don't need to go drinking at a bar. I just as soon have one beer at home with a dog. That's fine with me. But everybody gets to enjoy Thailand the way they choose, and the way you choose. I just want to close by saying that as an expat who's already accomplished it, take a moment to celebrate. Maybe buy yourself something nice. You know, go out and have your favorite meal. Do something to just mark the fact that that you pulled this off, and heck, it deserves celebrating every day. But in particular, we just want to say, good on you, brother. Good on you. You got anything else?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for putting up with us again. Don't forget, Sunday morning, 6:30, Bangkok time. I don't remember all the other times. You know that. And other than that, he didn't say it right. It's Uru Cobbers. See you next week.
Uru Cobbers. Somebody clap.
Hey folks, just a quick heads up. Every Sunday morning, I am live streaming from Chiang Rai, specifically to answer your questions. So if you live on my side of the globe, in Bangkok it will be at 0630. If you're in London, it'll be at 0030, which is 30 minutes past midnight. And in Sydney, Australia, it's at 9:30 a.m., 0930. If you're on the other side of the globe, it will be on Saturday in Los Angeles at 16:30, Chicago at 18:30, and New York at 19:30. Okay, you're all invited. I'll be there. I hope you are too.